what's going on? It's Ryan Stewman, author of, well, books, several different books, right? You can pick up on Amazon.com. Also happen to be the chief blogger and CEO at hardcorecloser.com. Let's talk today about the delusional salesperson syndrome, right? Like, a lot of people don't want to admit that they even have this, and maybe you've never even heard of it because I just totally made it up, but it's going to make sense with you once we get through this video, right? So as a salesperson, how many times have you thought that you just closed a deal? You're like, I just closed a deal a couple days ago. And then all of a sudden you realize that your bank account's getting low. All of a sudden you realize that you haven't closed another sale, and you look back and it hadn't been a couple days, it's been a couple of weeks. I call that delusional salesperson syndrome, and here's why, right? Because we oftentimes, if we don't track our numbers, and you'd be surprised the amount of salespeople that do not track their numbers, but if we don't track our numbers, then we can't really tell when the last time that we made a sale was. You see, there was a period in my life where I didn't track my numbers, right? I just kept going and kept burning and kept burning. Then I'd hit dry periods, and I'd be like, why is it dry? But I feel like I just closed something last week, and before you know it, it's like, oh shit, the bills are due, right? Like we've all been there in this roller coaster of sales world. So here's the thing. You have to track your numbers, right? Top producers at every top producer I've ever talked to always tracks their numbers. They know when they made their last sale, what their commissions are, how much the paycheck's coming, everything else, their follow-up systems, all that in place, right? Average producers don't even have goals. Right? I get on the phone with people all the time that have delusional salesperson syndrome, and this is what they say. They're like, I'm just so busy, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But then I ask them, I'm like, well, how many deals did you do last month? They're like, 3. Like, there's 30 days in a month and you did 3, and I don't care what it is that you sell. Real estate, mortgages, cars, insurance, 3 is like nothing. That's a 10-day cycle to make like, what were you doing with the other 10 days? And they're like, oh, I'm extremely busy, blah, blah. No, you're not. See, what you're suffering from is delusional salesperson syndrome, right? You think you're busy, but the numbers that you're closing directly tell us that you're not busy, right? You'd be closing 30 deals a month and not 3, right? So you're not busy, you're wasting time, right? There's a complete difference between being busy and wasting time, and the delusional salesperson will waste time. The delusional salesperson will let time get in between them and their last sale, and then, like I was saying earlier in this video, it's too late, and all of a sudden, oh shit, I gotta make a sale so I can pay my bills, right? Like, the delusional salesperson syndrome can only be cured with facts and numbers, because here's the thing. We'll tell ourselves good job. We'll tell ourselves that we're doing right. We'll tell ourselves that it's just a couple days ago. But if you have facts, numbers, and data in a system, whether it be an Excel spreadsheet or whether it be a CRM like Pipedrive, if you have facts, system, and data, they won't tell you a story. They won't lie to you. They'll tell you the truth. They'll tell you, hey, no, you didn't just close the sale. That's been a week ago. It's time to get back on your grind, right? So here's the thing. If you're suffering from delusional salesperson syndrome, the only way to cure it is to start tracking your sales, start knowing your numbers, and start staying on top of your data. Sometimes you have to, like, I know as a salesman we have ADD and it's hard to do that, and you're like, I don't have time to do that, making sense. Again, if you don't have time to do something, you're not managing your schedule properly, and again, that is a sign, and it's a symptom rather, of delusional salesperson syndrome. So maybe you want to get that checked out by getting your numbers together. So share this if you dig it. Oh, and by the way, hop over to Amazon. Pick up one of my books. This is my latest one, Bulletproof Business. Just go to Amazon.com, search Ryan Stewman, or search Bulletproof Business. This will pop up. It's less than $10. You can read it in a couple hours. You'll love it. It's not your typical business book. It's not boring. It's a bunch of awesome stories that as soon as you pick it up, I challenge you to try to put it down without finishing it. So thanks for watching. Share this with somebody who needs it.